up, guys? It's been a while. I feel like it's been a long time since I uploaded a YouTube video. But just came back from vacation. Actually, I came back from vacation last week, and I've been putting a lot of focus into my stream. But I figured I would go ahead and record a YouTube video. I didn't think there was a whole lot of people watching these, but now that I'm back to streaming full time, I've had a bunch of people come in there and say, like, man, when's your next YouTube video? I enjoy listening. I enjoy listening to you fucking run your mouth when I'm on my way to work or while I'm sitting at work bored or whatever. I enjoy sitting there just fucking watching you. So, here I am. I was gonna talk a little bit about my trip. In total, just driving from checkpoint to checkpoint. This isn't counting like going out to eat and traveling to the zoo and going everywhere. In a total of 13 days, I drove 3,500 miles. I've been worried because most of you guys, if you've been watching this for longer than this video, you know that I have a history of blood clots. And every doctor that I went to, every specialist that I went to said to not drive for a long period of time. And definitely don't fly. I didn't fly. I'm still kind of scared to fly. But I did drive, and I was having phantom pains. Like I felt pains in my groin and my armpits and all these places where they said that I was going to feel these pains if I was getting blood clots again. But I know they were phantom pains, man. Just something I was worried about. Some of you guys could probably relate. Like, okay, here's an example of that, and not to get sidetracked because I want to tell you guys about my vacation because I had a blast. But if you watch the football game this past weekend, which game was it? The Seahawks and the Cowboys, Allen Hurns. When Allen Hurns' leg snapped, bro, my leg hurt all fucking day. And if you watch that game and you watch that injury, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I had ankle injuries. And if you watch that whole game, after that injury, every time someone landed on their ankle wrong, they would walk off the field with an ankle injury. There was like 7 ankle injuries that game after Allen Hurns broke his leg. So it's what's that shit called? Hypochondriac, right? So I don't think anybody is like necessarily a hypochondriac, but you definitely have those feelings where, that phantom pain that you don't have, but you feel it because someone else felt it, So, the trip, my first stop, you guys know I live around the Camp Lejeune area. A lot of you know I live around the Camp Lejeune area. I traveled down to, I guess I can go ahead and say my sister lives in Eustis, Florida. And I traveled down there, and I haven't seen my sister in probably 5 years. And I went down there and saw her, but met her new boyfriend. They live together. They're pretty serious, Got to meet him. He's a cool ass dude. The 2 nights that we were there, we had bonfires and smoked and drank in the backyard, and just sat around and bullshitting, man. Doing we didn't do anything crazy, man, but I had a blast. I loved it. Just sitting around a fucking bonfire talking about shit, talking about life, talking about experiences. And I had a really good time, man. Like I said, I haven't seen my sister in a long time, so getting to spend, and she took the day off of work. The second day, the first day she didn't have work. The second day she took it off so she could spend more time with me. And we stayed like halfway through the third day until she had to go to work, and then we left. And then from there I went to Tampa, which is where I'm from originally, and the majority of my dad's side of the family still lives. And went and stayed at my cousin Angie's house. And while we were there, I hung out with... So, me and my brother are the youngest of our generation by a lot. I have one cousin, Richard, who's like 4 years older than me. And then the rest of our the rest of our cousins in our generation are like even my sister, she's I think 8 years older than me. So there's like a significant age gap. Well, my cousin Angie's kids, um, her oldest her oldest kid is closer to my age than most of my cousins. So I hung out with my second cousins, and they're still like in their early to mid 20s, and they live the life that I lived like in high school. Um, mainly because they're single guys. They don't have kids, and well, my oldest cousin has a kid, but the other four brothers, they don't have kids. They got like maybe a girlfriend or whatever. So they live life like the way you'd want to. Just go to pool halls every night and fucking just live life, man. But yeah, while I was down there, man, I couldn't keep up with it, man. I've been living the dad life too long. I've been living, the married, responsible dad life. But I hung out and did everything they were doing while we were down there, man. And, well, obviously not everything, but I did a lot of the stuff they were doing. And I just had a blast, man. Like, it was so nice to not, like, when I'm here at my house, like, I have shit I got to worry about. And I'm like, oh, don't do that. This might get broken. Makes you turn the lights off, blah, 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 blah. Like, dad shit, When I was down there, like, I had my kids with me, but I was around 20 relatives at all times. So my kids didn't necessarily need to be up my ass. They were hanging out with cousins and stuff like that. So I was able to relax a lot and, just hang out with them. And that was awesome. I couldn't do it every day, man, because I would get sucked back into that life. Because it's fun, man. It's fun, but yeah, now okay, so from Tampa, we were going to go to my grandpa's house, but those plans fell through. So we went to Austin. From Tampa, we drove to Austin, which is a 15-hour drive. And my sister-in-law and her husband live there, and they have a kid. So we went over there, and my wife flew in from North Carolina down to Austin and met us there. And we went to the movies. We went and saw the new Spider-Man movie. So when I left Tampa out to Austin, I went back to like dad life shit, right? Because I was hanging around with family members that are like, they're married and have kids and doing the the mom and dad life shit. So we went there and started doing that stuff. And I think I have a lot in common with Sean, who's my brother-in-law. We play video games a lot. We're very interested in like creating content. Like he has a big sound thing, and he has aspirations of like making. So he had a really good idea, and I won't spoil his idea, but he had really good ideas for like YouTube videos, and we were bullshitting about that and just drinking beer and having a good time. We played some cornhole and stuff like that, And but one of the nights we were there, we went to go see the movies. Went to the movies, the new Spider-Man movie, which is an animated movie, but it was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and I think my kids really enjoyed it. And the movie theater we went to in Austin, I don't remember the name of it. But you have like your own personal section with a table, and a waiter comes by and like brings you food and drinks that you order and everything. And it was kind of on the expensive side, but it was a really nice place. Like, it was even to the point where like the people came and stood in front of you in the theater and like told you, hey, please be quiet and turn off all your cell phones and, enjoy our featured premiere. And like, it was a real formal movie theater. Shit, my light went out. But it was real casual. I really enjoyed it. After that, we went to the last day we were there. We went to a zoo, and normally the zoo is kind of like cordoned off areas, and you're like 20 feet away from the animals, and you got to take your phone and like zoom in to get a close up of the animals and shit. This zoo in Austin, I was so close to a tiger, I could have stuck my hand out and had him bite my fucking hand. Like, we were that close to lions, tigers, bears, all the wild shit. There were goats. The only animal that was really like out of reach, really, was the alligator. They had an alligator in there, and he was underwater. He didn't even come above water the whole time we were staring at him. But I have these polarized glasses, which nobody else had, so I could see him as if he was just sitting on land, and it was nice, man. But yeah, that zoo was awesome, guys. If you go there, I wish I remember the name of the fucking zoo or the movie theater, man. Both of them were really nice. I would definitely recommend anybody that goes to Austin check those two places out. So the zoo, if you're looking for zoos in Austin, it's the one that has, it says the description it gave was like a more intimate zoo, meaning you got up close and like really close to animals. And I feel like that zoo is the type of zoo that like is in the news for for like caged animals attacking guests and shit, because you're close enough to be stupid. Like if someone's or a kid is not being supervised, like I was very attentive to my kids at that point, like because I knew that my 7-year-old would want to stick his hand out and fucking try to touch a lion, you know? So I was very attentive. I was making sure like, hey, don't get too close to the railing. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. You know, I was that strict dad. But even with me being like that, man, the kids got so close to like crazy animals you wouldn't see in the wild, and they loved it. So, and then the last night we were there, went to bed early, woke up at like 2 o'clock. I woke up at 1 o'clock. We left the house at 1:45 a.m. 1:45 a.m. And we got back to my house in North Carolina at midnight that night. So it was a 22-hour drive. Actually, it was 21 now that I think of it, because we crossed time zones. I've been telling everybody 22 hours. It was 21 hours. But regardless, a long-ass fucking drive. And then I came back. I took a day to relax and do nothing, and then hop straight back into the streaming thing. And my kids didn't have school. Well, the oldest one, the middle schooler, he went back last week, but he rides a bus, so I didn't, like, normally when I make these YouTube videos, I take my kids to school, I drop them off, and I drive home. This morning I had stuff I had to do, so I didn't make it this morning, so this is going to be a little bit later in the day upload, but I'm confident. You guys haven't seen an upload from me in a while, so I'm sure you'll still watch this one. But yeah, guys, so I went out on a whim and just, you know what, I had a thought, and I was like, you know what, I could stream every single day this year. And I'm not guaranteeing like 11, 12, 15, 20-hour streams, but I can stream every day this year. And I made a goal to. And today's the 7th. Today will be my 7th day in a row streaming. And I'm pretty stoked about it. And I think my light just went out again. Yeah. But been streaming and having a good time, man. I've had a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time. They've been showing up and showing support and everything. And not just you know, donations and bits and subscriptions and all that stuff, but I feel like the community is coming back and also growing. So like when I took my break from streaming 7 months ago, I think I had a pretty consistent like 15, 20 people in there that I knew that it was just, I looked forward to seeing them every day. It wasn't like, for me, streaming's not like a chore. It's not I'm trying to make it a job because I want to play. It's been a dream of mine to play games for a living, you know, since I was my youngest kid's age. But it's really more like logging on to the feeling that I get. Like I take it seriously. I put a lot of thought process into my streams and all that. But the feeling is like I'm just logging on to play games and hang out with friends, you know? And I really like that personable feeling. And I've had friends ask me, like, you know, what's your goal? Are you trying to be like that next 30,000 person streamer and yada yada? And I don't think I want to get, like, with growth, I don't think I want to get that big, man. I enjoy going to streams where there's like, as far as big streams go, like that 150, 200 level, I think would be about like maybe not necessarily max, because there would be days where I could, stream a game and like a party game and have a bunch of people just come watch and just enjoy and laugh and all that shit. But for my daily streams, man, I would love to just 100, like cap out at like 100, 150 consistent followers, because I think anything after that, it really loses the personable feeling. Like you don't have that feeling that you know everybody in the stream and you're interacting with everybody. Because if you go into streams that are like 100, the chat's still moving slow enough for the streamer to keep up with them. But if you go into streams so I'll use the big streamers that I watch, like Dr. Disrespect or Tyler One, which I know, they're just personalities. But, Sneaky stream, Mediosa stream, Cloud9 League of Legends players, pretty much. Those streams are so big that, like, if I'm streaming and I look over at chat, the chat is just scrolling. There's not enough time for me to read an individual. And I might get a chance to read, like, an individual text or message or whatever. But by the time I answer that, I've missed 50 questions. And I don't like picking and choosing who I'm answering. I like to answer everybody and talk to everybody. So I don't think I want to get that big. And that could change, after this becomes, after I'm able to say that this is a job. Because right now, even though I'm taking it serious as if it's a job, it's still more of a hobby. And people don't take me saying it's a job seriously, like in the real world. When I'm like, oh yeah, I stream, and they're like, oh cool, like, people that know what they're talking about, they're like, what do you average? How many average streamers or how many average followers do you have? I tell them, like, right now it's like 10 to 15. They're like, oh, so you just kind of like do it on your own time. And I can't wait to be able to like tell people, no, I'm a legit, like, I have this and I do this and blah, 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 blah. I can't wait to do that, man. And, who knows, maybe when I get to the next point to where, my goal is right now, maybe I'll want more, maybe I won't, maybe I'll be happy with, staying small and, not having to go externally. Because right now I spend a lot of time like going through Discords and going through Twitter and doing the interacting with people and networking and all that stuff. And I love doing that because you get to meet like cool ass people. But I would love to have just that set, like, I know everybody in my stream, and instead of going to Twitter and Facebook and looking for new people and promoting myself and all that, I would love to just go into my Discord and just bullshit and update people on, that I know. And I think that's the end goal, right? This one keeps going out, man. That's weird. But yeah, guys, so vacation was great. Streaming's going good, man. Today makes a week straight of streaming, and I'm aiming for 365 days. That was my New Year's resolution. And I don't make New Year's resolutions, but streaming every day of the year this year was we'll call it a resolution, my goal. And really, I didn't even come up with it until I was streaming, and then I was like, what am I going to name my stream? And this was the second day in a row I'd streamed. I was like, what am I going to name my stream? And I was thinking about it a lot. Why does it keeps going out, man? The cherry keeps falling off. This is fuck you. Normally I don't have a problem with blacks. This black and mild is fucking being stubborn, man. But, yeah, so I was naming my second stream, and I was like, you know what? I could do this every single day of the year. And I literally just, while I was naming it, was just like, day 2 of 365. And then the next day 3. And I just kept going, and I'm like, you know what? This is gonna happen, man. And I think I'm at a point in my life where it's not gonna be detrimental to my personal life. It's not gonna be like football season's over. My kids are in school, so I can make YouTube videos in the morning, stream a little bit, go do stuff with my kids, yada, yada, yada. And then later on in the evening, stream for a second time. I was going over what I thought my potential stream schedule could be with my mod, Black Balloon. I was going over with her, and like, I think what I'm probably going to do, because right now I pretty much stream League of Legends, but I want to get on a schedule where Monday through Thursday is League of Legends, and then Friday night is like Jackbox Party Pack night, where we play games and shit. And then Saturday and Sunday, I would like to do like a little 2 or 3 hour stream of me cooking. And if you know anything, like, I don't cook. I'm horrible at cooking, but I think it would be funny or fun, not necessarily funny. I think it would be fun to learn how to cook with you guys and interacting with you guys and you giving me, horrible horrible tips. And that would give a chance for cuz I know like when I stream League of Legends, like, a lot of you guys in my community, a lot of you, almost all of you know who Black Balloon is, and you guys talk to her as much as you talk to me in my stream. And I think it would be cool. That would give her a chance to come over, once a week and be on the stream and interact and not just be like sitting in my, because sometimes she comes over and like interacts and plays games and stuff on my stream. But I think it would be cool if, you got to hang out with both of us at the same time doing stuff like that. And I know she's joked around about, starting her own stream too. Again, I don't want to give away any of her secrets because she might have not been serious when she said the stuff she wants to do, but she has ideas of stuff she wants to do too. So again, I don't want to spoil her shit, but I think it would be cool. And I could have guests over to come cook with me and shit, and make horrible recipes, and then force ourselves to eat it in front of you. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the growth, man. I'm looking forward to new stuff. I'm looking forward to new faces. 2019 is gonna be great, guys. And this is the first vlog upload. The vlogs are gonna get better. My YouTube uploads are gonna get better. I'm gonna start. Man, I have so much ideas, and I have all this shit going through my head that I want to do, and I'm going to like another resolution of mine. So a lot of you guys know I got out of the Marine Corps May of 2017. And while I was in the Marine Corps, I was a workaholic. When I was at work, I was at work. When I was at home, I was at work. I could be on a date with my wife and I was at work mentally, Like, there wasn't anything I was doing for the 12 years I was in. No matter what I was doing, the Marine Corps was in my head, So when I got out of the Marine Corps, not necessarily on bad terms. Like, I didn't get out on bad terms. The last year was rough because I was on a B billet, which is I was a combat instructor. And then when I went back to the fleet to do my actual job, I was out of the loop. And at the same time, like, I had already told myself I'm getting out of the Marine Corps. So kind of a shitbag move as far as like being a Marine goes. But I checked into my last unit and I was like, guys, don't expect a whole lot from me. I'm getting out of the Marine Corps. I'm broken. I'm 100% disabled. But when I was going through that process, that unit, people in the unit were very supportive. Like, my direct leadership, my gunny, my lieutenant, very supportive, like, great people, But everything above them, people that didn't know me on a personal level, they just knew me as my rank, Those people did not support me and gave me the hardest fucking time getting out. And it got me really salty and left a bad taste in my mouth to where I didn't even want to go to work, And there were days that I didn't, which is horrible. If you know anything about staff and COs, like, me not showing up to work is like horrible. But yeah, not to wrap myself or incriminate anybody else, but the last year was rough, and I got in this mindset of just being lazy. And for most of 2017, and I'd say almost all of 2018, I would say I want to do that, I'm gonna do that, yada yada yada, and then when time would come to do it, I wouldn't fucking do it, and I would regret not doing it. And I told myself in 2019, this is the biggest resolution, and there's no end goal. It's just a change of thought process. And this year, 2019, if I say I'm gonna do it, and within reason, like, obviously there's gonna be changes to the plan, and there's gonna be things that pop up that I can't do it. But I'm done making excuses. I'm done being lazy. I'm gonna do the shit that I want to do. I'm gonna do the shit that I set out to do, and I'm gonna stop making excuses of why I can't do it. You know, um, and hopefully by the end of 2019, you guys will know a different me, a person that stuck that December 31st of 2019, I'm putting down stream 365 of 365 great 2019. I'm gonna get to that point, guys. And it's gonna be some hardship. There's gonna be some, like, I'm sure there'll be an argument or two with me and my friends, because I am gonna take streaming very seriously, and they know that. But at the same time, like, when you have a friend that is used to just, like my friend Adam, I go over to his house most of last year. I was over there 3-4 times a week, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that much. Like, I'm still gonna find time, make time to spend with Adam and Erica, but there's gonna be times where normally they would just call me and be like, "Hey, come over," and I'll be like, "All right, cool," and I'll drop whatever I was doing and go over there. This year, I'm gonna say no. I gotta stream, or whatever. Within reason. I'm not saying like that's a no. I'm streaming 100% all the time. But I mean, there's gonna be times where I have to say no, and it's gonna be rough because I don't. When my friends ask for shit, 90% of the time they know that I'm gonna do, or I'm gonna do whatever they ask me to do. Which is why they're my friends, and which is why I'm their friend. Like, it goes both ways. Like, if I have a friend that I ask to do something and they're like, "No, I don't want to do that," or "No, I'm not going to do that," and it's consistent, that friendship fades. Like, because I'm not an introvert. I'm not a shut-in. I don't like to sit in my house and do nothing. There's days where I do, but I enjoy going out and interacting with people and going out drinking at a bar and doing, I love doing stuff like that. So if friends can't do that with me, man, then no hard feelings or anything, man. It's just conflicting personalities, man. It's is what it is. But I feel like I'm beating around the bush. I'm going down rabbit holes. But guys, 2019 is gonna be a great year. Whether you believe it or not, it's gonna be a great year. And if you do believe it, it's gonna be an even better year, because your brain is a powerful tool, and your brain can force yourself to do stuff that you can't or don't want to do. Your brain will make it do it if you just believe, man. And not to go down the rabbit hole of believing, but your brain, if you make your brain believe that something is gonna happen, it will happen. And that's where my brain's at right now. I will become an accomplished streamer. I will become an accomplished YouTube. I will accomplish the shit that I set out to do, and I encourage you guys to do that. And until tomorrow, because I'm gonna do another one tomorrow, guys, and you can go ahead and put a fucking stamp of it's gonna happen on it, because I said it. And until tomorrow, guys, I will see you later. And Arrivederci.